Hey, welcome to the Spotlight, recording on Zoom, which is interesting. But this is Charlie, and I'm joined by Peter. The Spotlight is our Patreon segment where, of course, we talk to people who work in pop culture. We'd love to focus on people who work in Star Trek. And tonight we have one of the most famously often appearing Star Trek people that I can even think of. And I should have teed it up by saying, how do you like to be referred to? But this is Lieutenant Jae of Star Trek The Next Generation. Tracee. Tracee, what do I call you?
Yeah, Tracee, or yeah.
That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Well, you have more on-screen TNG appearances, probably more than anybody besides the regular cast, which I think is incredible.
Yep.
So we're going to dive right on into it because I want to hear all about Star Trek. We want to hear all about everything else you've ever done, but tell me the story of your life. Like, how did you get into entertainment?
Let's see. Okay. I started out doing modeling, print work for magazines. And then one thing led to another. And then I got a casting agent. And I believe my first thing I got was Gross Anatomy. It was a movie. And I play a medical student with Matthew Modine and Christine Lottie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then after that, I think I got on General Hospital as a one-day bit player, Marla, the rock and roll hairdresser. And then after that, I got the TV series Baywatch, and I was a regular lifeguard on that for the first series, and then they got canceled. Then when they got canceled, I got on a movie, Another 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy, doing a stunt in the bar scene. And somebody from Paramount up in Star Trek, the office up there, was watching the filming and said, "Hey, you need to come talk to so-and-so. I think they'd really like your look for Star Trek." Well, at the time, I was like, okay, because I was like, okay, it's a job, going to be another job, hopefully.
Yeah,
I
right.
had no idea what I was getting into, and I'm so honored that I got into it. But anyway, I went to the audition. And they liked me, and they put me in the black and gold, which they said was the best color to be on the ship because it does two things. Mm-hmm. And I started out as an ensign, and then one day, like maybe not a year, well, maybe a year after that, I went to put on my outfit, and I got promoted to a lieutenant, and don't know how that happened, but I like it. And then I got my name by accident. Jonathan Franks gave it to me by accident, and they didn't say anything. So I stuck with it, and I spelled it Jae and took off. And I have like a fan club and a cult following. And
yeah, I love it.
I was in like over 100 episodes on TNG. But then I met Michael Westmore, the god of makeup, and he gave me 15 different aliens to do, and I was on Deep Space Nine and Voyager as all these different aliens. And my very first alien was an Antikin that he gave me, and to me it looks like a wolf dog. It looks like a werewolf.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, and I had a prosthetic in my mouth. When I bit down, my mouth would do that. Anyway, we were filming one day. I think it was on TNG. I'm not sure. But anyway, I went out to the the back of the stage, out into the alley to get air because it was hot, and I just needed a break. And they happened to be filming the movie Sliver with Sharon Stone, and a trailer opens up, and here comes Sharon Stone right for me, and I was like, oh my God, I love her. So I was just like freaking out, and just picture me in that outfit. She's coming up to me, looking like right up to my face, saying, "Oh my God, that is so amazing. What do you look like under there?" And it happened to be that day I gave a signed headshot to the security guy outside of the studio, a picture, and he held it up and he said, "She looks like this." And she looked at me and was like, "Why would you want to cover your face up?" And I'm like, "Well, for one, I don't mind it. And for two, they pay me good." And she goes, "Oh my God." She goes, "How would you like to come to my wrap party for the movie Sliver?" And I'm like, what? Like, what?
I remember that movie. God, I was in high school. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, yeah. So, and she goes, and I have some extra light bodyguards. They can walk, I'll give them to you so that, you don't freak out and, you'll be okay. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I went, and then like one thing just led to another. And then I was in the first 3 movies of Star Trek. And then I've been doing the Comic-Con since I believe 2010 or something.
Wow.
My very first big one was London Film and Comic-Con, and that was 2012.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then I had FedCon in Germany, and then Supernova in Australia, and then I've just been doing the Comic-Con stuff, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
That's so wild. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll let Peter ask you a question because you blew mine away. So Peter, go for it.
So you started doing some stunt work with Star Trek and obviously some of the other ones. So since stunt work is obviously different than what most of us think of like, oh, it's the acting, the doing like the lines and doing all of that. Is there anything specific that you would do for some of the stunts for specific characters? Like if there was anything specific, like if you're filling in for, I don't know, doing a body double for one of the main cast, like would there be a specific thing that you would go through in your head so that it's like, so that I look like that character as I go flying over a console, or
Well, you do think about it, but like, okay, in the movie Generations, okay, I wasn't supposed to be. I was supposed to be on the ship in those cute little outfits,
Mm-hmm.
and they took me off of it. And Jonathan said, and I was like bummed out. And he goes, "Don't." He goes, "Don't worry. We couldn't have. It was like a weight. The ship had a weight thing with all the equipment, and then just got knocked off. So I'm like, darn. He's like, how would you like to fly it? And I'm like, fly what? And he said, the Enterprise. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I go, yeah. I go, but I know you're going to have some more movies after this. Can we have it in the contract that I don't die? And he said, yeah. He goes, but are you okay working with explosives? And I'm like, I don't care. So that whole scene was like, I was like a little kid. I was so excited. And then he said, when I say action, don't look to your right because the stuff's going to blow up and it'll, we don't want it hitting you in the face. We want it looking like it's following you, like you're getting blown out of the chair. And I'm like, okay. So we did the first take and I was all excited. I'm like, oh my God. And then Marina told me she had a panel at, oh God, I can't remember what I think it was Santa Fe Comic-Con. Anyway, I was watching her panel and she was telling the whole story about that. And she said that we had to do a second take because, she takes the seat and crashes the ship. It wasn't me. I get carried off because I was hurt, but I come back near the end of the movie on the bridge again. It's like, oh my God, I can't die, I guess. So
it's a great medical care in the 21st
century.
Yeah.
So she told that story that, we had to do a second take because the first take when she sat down, the ashes burned her ass. Oh, bum.
You're good. You are good. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. So they had to, obviously get her a new outfit because it, burned her butt. So, but I thought that was quite hysterical.
That's very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Funny
But
stuff.
her and she's awesome. I mean, she's had my back so much, with everything. I love her. Yeah.
I have met her a handful of times, including at our local con here years ago. We're in West Michigan, Grand Rapids.
Oh, wow.
And I met her and chatted with her and I walked with her to a panel. And then I saw her on the cruise. We've been on the cruise twice. We went in 2023 and 2024. And I saw her the second time and I said, hey, Grand Rapids, Michigan, don't you remember me? I love the way you say my name, Charlie, because she's got that thick accent. And she says, I said, you said my name, Charlie. She says, okay, Jeremy.
Were you on the same cruise? Were you on the same cruise that I was on? And the only reason, okay.
Yes.
So then you were at the TNG panel, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you saw when I stood up to ask a question and that whole place went nuts. And then she was like, Jonathan, look who it is. It's Tracee Cocco. And he was like, what? And then it's like, yeah. And then I'm like, can you catch me now? Because, there's that video on YouTube where he's chasing me and it's hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then she's like, I'm running back up to the bar because I was so nervous after all that, and then to get a drink. And she's all, Tracee, how many episodes were you in? And I said, over 100.
Over 100, right?
I saw Denise Crosby look at her, and everybody look at John. I think John Delancey was on stage, and he was like, "What?" Yeah, Marina, they have no idea. I've done so much.
Right. Yeah, I mean, even my notes say it was, because it says in Memory Alpha 66 appearances, lucky number, of Lieutenant Jae. But obviously you above and beyond, because you also branched out in TNG. You were like this disabled Borg who had been experimented on.
Oh, yeah.
So what's just focusing on Jae, what's like the craziest Jae moment that you haven't talked about, not getting blown out of a chair or something? What's something else that is really memorable that stands out?
Oh, when they first had me dressed in it was a specific outfit I had for the 10 forward, because they had me as Patrick Stewart's date like a few times. I was like, what? And
my gosh.
Sitting next to him, and I don't remember who directed that episode. It was when Data was reading poetry or something.
Oh, no.
We were supposed to act really bored, okay? And then we thought he was done, but he wasn't. And Patrick and I stood up to clap, and then we both look at each other like, oh, shit, he's not done. And so we sit back down. But that's what and he was telling me he was getting mail about me, because every time they had me as his date in 10 forward, I'd have my specific little turquoise outfit with the purple leg and pants. I mean, it was groovy.
So 90s.
Yeah,
90s.
Totally. But then I was watching, when BBC plays like the 24-hour marathon of TNG and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, there I am again. What? Opening shot. What? And then it was like, oh my God, I was in 10 forward as Worf's date. And then I was also Jonathan's date. I'm like, wow, I got around.
Oh my God. And the lieutenant too.
Yeah.
Appropriate. Oh my God. That is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Peter, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm telling you, what an honor to be involved in this whole Star Trek thing, like a legacy. It's just and then, I mean, I'm really honored when, people they know me. It's like, I still get weird, I'm just me,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I try to give people, when I do the cons, a really cool experience. I'm fun. It's like it brings out the kid in me, so I get really energized.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But then, and it's like, I hang out with them, and it's really cool. I just got back from Vegas. That was crazy.
Oh yeah. I think I met you there. I probably met you there for the second time, because I'm sure I met you on the cruise before that. Yeah.
But I've been trying to get them to have me as a guest on the cruise. The only way I met you, when I was on that time, is a nice fan friend of mine said, you know what? You need to be on the ship and let them see how you are with your fans, because he said, this is bullshit that they're not asking you to, be a guest. And I'm like, oh my God, what? And he's like, yeah, I have an extra room. And I'm like, what do I have to do? And he goes, nothing, nothing. I want you to have it. And I'm like,
smile and wave.
And I'm telling you, I can't even.
It's
like a out of body experience. I mean, it's just crazy.
Being on that cruise, my wife, we do, we talk Star Trek together. We both love it, but it's her favorite vacation of anything. Being there and being with all y'all and stuff is just absolutely incredible. We're going, we're going again. And like I said, I put in a good word for you, because I know you can recommend people, and I've recommended you and some other people in my time.
Thank you. Yeah. I've reached out to them. They send me an email back. We know who you are. And I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it'll work sometime.
I hear you. Peter, another one from you, please.
So since you've been on both sides of the, wearing the Starfleet uniforms and then the alien costumes with all the prosthetics, what's kind of your experience with the variety of those? Do some of them, like with the aliens, do they help you get an idea of how to become the character? And was there a favorite prosthetic setup that you got to use?
Okay, perfect question. I myself love portraying the aliens because for one, you bring it to life because basically, the makeup artist puts it on you and it's just that, blending and blah, blah, blah. It takes like a long time. There was one I did that was on Voyager that had a forked tongue and I had contacts with a ponytail. That took 6.5 hours to put on.
Oof.
Gosh.
But, some of them take a long time, but you know what? I mean, I like people to see me, but I love doing those because like I just said, it's like you bring them to life. And I really get into it. Like when I did the first Antikin, because Michael Westmore said, I've never had a woman do it. He goes, I want to see your take on it. That's why he gave me it to do. And obviously he liked it. And I got, I was like 15 different aliens. Okay. So I mean, I totally like with that. I love watching like Animal Planet. So I kind of watch how, animals move or whatever. They really didn't have a couple of them, they had to tell me like the tac. I was a tac. And I'm like, okay, what is a tac? And they're like, they have body movements. They don't really, say much. They just, their body movements say whatever. And then like, I found out the Ferengis, if you do their ears, that means, oh my God.
Umaks. Umaks.
But like,
yes.
The Kardashians, I mean, oh God. But my favorite one I'd have to say was probably, I love the Borg. And I was the drone Borg, like you said, with the eye on the, eye out in the brain thing.
One arm. Yeah.
And then I also was the ones with all the tubes too.
Oh my. Oh,
but they're really, to me, they're really badass bitchin'. I love them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But one thing that people don't realize is when you're in this, in the outfit, like especially the Borg, there's a process getting in that thing. There's like a full-on mesh bodysuit that's a one piece. And then they have to put packs, that white makeup on your like hands, whatever's showing in your face. And you can't smile or anything because it cracks and they get mad. So but then each piece is a piece. So like your forearm's a piece, up here's a piece. I mean, it's all pieces. So like if you have to go like to the restroom, literally I had to have the wardrobe and makeup follow me in there because I have to
take
have
parts off. Yeah.
And then sometimes they don't, like with the tac, it was like this. So they had to cut this to have me eat because they don't realize we have to eat, hello.
Right.
They're just like, oh, just use a straw.
Right.
You can only do that so much. But then it's like, but I was lucky enough to where like my call times were like very early in the morning, get in it. And then my scene was like it wasn't like I had to wait all day in it. So I got pretty lucky. That's
good.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good. Yeah. But then Paramount would have they'd pick me up in a limo, and fly me to Miami. Okay. And, I was on the walkway as a Ferengi in Miami Beach.
Oh, what? How could you wear one of those outfits in Miami Beach?
Yeah, on the sidewalk. And then I also was a Borg somewhere. And then it's like, I've just been so like from Star Trek, like I was even in Demolition Man, okay?
Oh, God, I remember that movie.
And I was,
what a hoot.
I was supposed to be, they had me in this cool outfit, right? With a hat top. I mean, just cool looking. And I was supposed to be at the table with Sylvester Stallone at the Taco Bell, okay? At their table. Well, then, wait, you're going to die. This is how stuff works for me. It's just weird. Like it was meant to be. So the director came up and he goes, because I got some bad news. And I'm like, I go, what? And he goes, well, my girlfriend wants to wear that outfit. So bye. Oh. And I'm like, whoa. I go, I know you're going to be filming cops. Can you make me a cop at least? And they're like, yeah. So I'm in that cop, the office, wearing my baseball cap that says Sanford, whatever the cop.
Wasn't it New Los Angeles or something? I'm going to go watch that movie tonight. You got me. I'm going to go find it.
I'm in the office with Sandra Bullock. You can totally see me right behind her. And then another scene I'm in, but that was that. Well, then Paramount calls, has me dress up as a full-on Borg with the pipes and everything, and they send me over here to the convention center. And when it was called Anaheim, I think it's still Anaheim Convention Center.
I think it still is.
Yeah. And they had me dressed up as a full-on Borg promoting their pinball game, right? So,
Well, that's right.
right,
The board game. Yeah.
total board wear promoting the game. I get a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's this guy Dennis, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Dennis so and so from Williams Bally Midway, the makers of all the pinball games. Okay, they're based in Chicago." He goes, "I really like your voice. How would you? I'm coming out with a Demolition Man pinball game. How would you like to be the computer voice?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Oh my god." So they got my outfit from Warner Brothers, my cop outfit, flew me and everything out there. And I did, it's on YouTube. It's called the Demolition Man Pinball Game Promo. You're going to die if you watch it. It's hysterical.
Oh my
They had me
God.
doing so many different things on that game. And it was like, oh my God.
Oh.
But yeah, but
Great.
at the time, I didn't have like anybody like to help me with, like they wanted to know how much I wanted. And then I just set a price, and they gave it to me. But if I would have known, I could have told them an amount, and then they would have given me the game too.
No.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Live
Yeah.
and learn, right?
But yeah.
It's so crazy. Well, we're wrapping up on time, but this has been absolutely incredible. I would love to tell you this was coming out next week, but I know I'm going to have you out closer to the end of the year. But what are some shows that you've got going on as we get into 2026? And more so, where can people find you in the time in between?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a website, TraceeLeeCocco.com.
Yep.
Okay. And then at Real Tracee Cocco is it used to be Twitter, now it's something else. What is
X.
it?
Yeah. I know, then, I don't use it. Bah.
Yeah, and then Instagram is T Cocco Inc. or T
Gotcha.
Inc. or something like that. T Cocco Inc. I think. I can't even remember. Anyway, I do have Alien Danger 1 and 2. The movies I did are out. The director was James Balsamo. If you look him up, they're on there. Okay. And then I just I'm having one coming out, Staycation, that I play Deandra Walsh, a news anchor in, and it's basically like a zombie movie. And
nice.
then I have another one that's out on Prime right now is Night Mistress. It's not that kind of movie. Night Mistress. I play the head bodyguard to the head guy. So that's awesome. And then I just got another one, Death Realm, that's supposed to be coming out soon. And then I just got another thing I'm going to be going to film hopefully soon, LA Mob Stories or something. And I play one of the head gang, mob lady, mob woman. I don't know.
mob woman number one.
One of the mob bosses.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
Yes, I play a mob boss.
It's so incredible. You are just cranking. And like I said, more Star Trek appearances than any other single individual. Pretty much.
And if you get all your listeners to, put in some good words for me and everything and have me back at Creation, that would be awesome. I'd love to. I love it. And thank you so much for having me.
Well, come out to Creation in Chicago. That's one that at least Peter and I go to.
You have to request me. I don't know what I got to do today.
Okay, I will. That'll give me a reason to go
sit outside someone's office.
I guess. It's funny. Once you've been on the cruise, and I keep telling Peter this too. Once you've been on the cruise, going to see somebody at a con to meet them is just like not. You're like, because on the cruise, I turn around the corner, here's Bob Picardo, and we're having a chat while we're waiting for the elevator. And I'm talking to him about how I loved him in the Wonder Years, and it's just, or Brent Spiner walks past you and you have a chat, it's just, so here's me plugging the cruise. Maybe I can get the cruise to send me some money. I don't know.
I know, right? Oh my God.
I'll just wave.
Goodness. Thank you
so much. Thanks for having me, you guys, and thanks for doing it on this thing, because I couldn't figure.
Absolutely. And then just to sign off, Patreons, thanks for tuning in. If you're listening to this on our free feed, please visit all of Tracee's links and pop over to patreon.com/Secret Friends Unite. Try us out for 7 days. We've got tons of more great material. Our guest has been Tracee, the most TNG-est guest star of all time. We will see you in the future. Thank you, Tracee.
You guys.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
This podcast is part of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and podcast services around the galaxy, as well as video on our YouTube channel. You can support Secret Friends Unite by becoming a Patreon member, get bonus programs and more over at patreon.com/secretfriendsunite. Join our Discord community for even more discussions on all things geek. For all the latest updates on Secret Friends Unite, make sure to follow us on Threads at secret.friends.unite and visit secretfriendsunite.com. Find our merchandise at TeePublic and Redbubble. Thanks for listening, and may the Force live long and prosper.